One of the hardest parts of getting older is feeling like something's off in your body, but not knowing exactly what. It's not just aging, it's often your hormones too. When they fall out of balance, everything feels off. But here's the good news. This doesn't have to be the story of your next chapter. Hormone Harmony by Happy Mammoth is an herbal formula made with science-backed ingredients designed to fine-tune your hormones by balancing estrogen, testosterone, progesterone, and even stress hormones like cortisol. It helps with common issues such as hot flashes, poor sleep, low energy, bloating, and more. With over 40,000 reviews and a bottle sold every 24 seconds, the results speak for themselves. A survey found 86% of women lost weight, 77% saw an improved mood, and 100% felt like themselves again. Start your next chapter feeling balanced and in control. For a limited time, get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com with code NEXTCHAPTER at checkout. Visit happymammoth.com today and get your old self back naturally.
All you homeowners have unique needs. Some feel the need to paint their door a vibrant shade of blue. Others have the need to decorate their bathroom with fish, anchors, and other nautical items. And because each homeowner has unique needs, Geico helps you get the right coverage for your home and what's in it. That way, you get exactly what's right for you, even if your needs are unique. Get more with Geico.
Hello and welcome to Love Samantha Lee, the More Than Just Pretty podcast. I'm your host, Samantha, and here we explore love, life, spirituality, and relationships through the lens of real beauty. The kind that begins the moment you decide to be unapologetically yourself. Join us as we dive into heartfelt discussions that challenge, inspire, and connect. Are you ready to embrace your true self? Let's begin. What's up, family? It's your girl, Samantha Lee. And y'all, this week I have a word for you. Now, I call this one the tale of the backside. I thought that was a really, I thought it was a great title. Okay, I just thought it was a good title. But I thought it was kind of like a play on words. Because in our today's society, we kind of obsessed with the backside. But today we talking about a different type of backside. Okay, I'm not talking about the popular culture backside. Okay, we're talking about a backside to a blessing. Y'all, and I actually first learned this concept. I attend Change Church. I go between Real Talk Kim's Limitless Church and Change Church. Both just anointed people. I mean, just really, you have Dr. Darius Daniels, who's an anointed man of God. And I mean, just an order of the word of God. Then you have Real Talk Kim, who is just, I mean, a fire on fire for the Lord, a woman that is, I mean, just her story, everything about her is just inspiring for me. So anyway, I first heard this concept through Dr. Darius Daniels. And he had said that a lot of times we praying for the front side, the blessing, but we are not prepared or yet responsible for the backside. And that sometimes God is not giving us what we're praying for because we are not ready for the backside. And so last week, you guys, it was kind of, admittedly a tough week for me. There's a lot of things that were going on. It's not easy to be a public figure at times, especially when you work in social media. It's not easy. Okay. There's a lot of things you've got to deal with. And I think that it was a weird space last week for me, y'all. It just was. I'm just going to be honest with you. Okay. Told you guys, I'm committed to being transparently, unapologetically myself on here. So it's real. It's a tough week. There were times where I, wasn't sleeping. It was weird. I didn't know what that was. I know that whenever I feel like I'm awake randomly at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I know that that's God speaking to me. So I got on my knees. I started praying and really just understanding, okay, God, what's going on? Just talking to him what was going on, with me and what was on my mind. But there was a lot that was being said on the media. There was times that, I go on and I'm seeing different comments and different things that people are saying. And I know that something's being said about me that, of course, my natural instinct is to want to defend. And I don't think people talk enough about what that's like. But our natural impulses, our primitive response to adversity is to defend. That is what we do. That is what we were created to do. And so to go against a primitive defense mechanism that your body wants to do can almost be painful. And for me, a lot of times it's painful. But I've asked God over the course of, the 2 years that I've been doing this YouTube thing. I've been on this podcast thing for a couple months now. Well, more than a couple months. It's been a few months now. And I'm asking for growth, and I'm asking for God to put his super to my natural. And I'm praying for these things. And what God showed me last week through a human being was that a lot of times, family, we want so badly to have like the platform. We want the success. We want this. We want that. But we don't understand that what comes with that, there's a cost. There's a tax to success. You can be, I watch sports. Y'all know that you can be the best sports player in the world. You could be top 10 in what you do. But what comes with that is major scrutiny. I watch sports podcasts more than I watch anything else. And you guys, these guys that be playing these sports are under major scrutiny. They could say one little thing. It's flipped, turned around, twisted inside out, upside down. They're made, whatever comment they make, it is made to, it's just taken everywhere, and it's manipulated, and it's switched different forms. It's like playing a game of telephone. By the time you hear the message from, at the end, you're like, that is nothing what it started with. That is not my intention. That was not what I said. That is not in the moment that I said it. You didn't even hear the question I was asked. Blah, y'all, I saw a clip of even myself last week. It was on some thread, and there's these people that they go on people's lives and they record the lives and they kind of scrutinize or manipulate them so that it sounds like I said something or I was answering something that I was not talking about at all. Somebody had asked me a question about, something was going on with her ex, what her ex was doing. And I said, you got to move on. You got to move forward. You can't continue, your attention is a currency. You can't keep paying tickets to the show, which is what I say about, when you're trying to move forward, you cannot be fixated backwards. You got to just keep it moving. Otherwise, you stay stagnant, right? And so somebody took that clip and was like, this is Samantha Lee's talking about blah, 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 blah. I'm literally at the beginning of the clip, I'm saying, to answer your question, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, you know what? And I'm getting frustrated. I'm getting flustered. I call my assistant. And if y'all see on any of my platforms, you see Pam, thank you, ma'am. But Pam, I call her up. I'm like, look at this. Tell me what this is. Did I say something? I know I didn't. I didn't intend to. Did I say something wrong? Da, 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 da. And the first thing that she said when I answered this call, y'all, I'm being so honest today, it's crazy. When the first thing she said to me when I answered that call, she was like, Sam, you know this is part of what this is, right? Now, y'all, if you know Pam, you know that that's not even Pam Blank. Like, Pam ain't the one. Pam is going to be the one she might roll in the mud with me a little bit. She might engage with my primitive defenses every once in a while. She might go and banter back and forth. But that day when she answered that call, I knew it was God. Because she said, Sam, this is part of what we're praying for. We're growing. We're growing at a fast rate. You already know what it is. Like, the numbers are, we've already talked to other people. You see the opportunities that are coming to you. But Sam, a part of you being in this world and growing in this way is not just the front side you have to consider. It's the back side.
All you homeowners have unique needs. Some feel the need to leave up holiday decorations year-round. Others have the need to use their garage as practice space for their new metal band. And because each homeowner has unique needs, Geico helps you get the right coverage for your home and what's in it. That way, you get exactly what's right for you, even if your needs are unique. Get more with Geico.
That a part of growth and a part of exposure and a part of all of this comes with haters, family. It is what it is. Anybody listening to me right now that's trying to build a platform, what is going to come with you being out there and you growing and you being successful is scrutiny. That is the tax you pay for success. I don't care what field of success you're in. I don't care if it's sports. I don't care if it's business. I don't care if you're running a Fortune 500 company or you're a police officer or you're in the military. If the more rankings you go up, the more scrutiny you have. I don't care if you're president of the United States. The more responsibility, the higher the position, the more people, whether they're paid to do it or not, are going to scrutinize you. It comes with haters. That is part of this process. And whether it is one person or another, whether it was somebody that you were once close to or not, I think the part that we don't talk about is the human part. At the end of the day, everybody on the other side of any platform, I don't care how much you idolize them, they're human. They're human, going through human emotions, human experiences, trying to make the best of every moment they're given on this planet. Some choose to live it one way, some choose to live it another. But when I got on that call and Pam broke it to me like that, Sam, this is part of that. You're gonna have to get comfortable with this. You're gonna have to get comfortable with this. This is what this is. You're gonna have to get used to it. You're gonna have to figure out how to wrap your head around it. This is part of what comes with the success we're seeing. The backside. The backside, the thing that people don't talk about. A lot of people, they'll I want this, I want to have this big old platform, I want people to know me, I want this, but okay, you want that, that's cool. But what comes with that, whether you, I don't know how you get it. I don't know if you just come from nowhere and you get this major platform, you are going to have scrutiny. It is part of the tax that you pay. And a lot of us, we want to avoid the backside, but we want to get all the front side. But that's not reality, family. That's not real life. There is a backside to every blessing. There's a backside to every responsibility. Like, we can pray for the promotion, but we have to also prepare ourselves for the responsibility. We can pray for the marriage. We can pray for the husband to come and everything like that. And we think up the wedding. And I mean, so many women, they've thought up the wedding. They want the wedding. Okay, that's cool. That's probably the front side. What's the back side? The responsibility, the weight. We want this, we want that. We want to get in shape. We want to lose the weight. Okay, the backside is you got to diet, you got to work out, you got to say no when you want to say yes. Those are the backside. There's everything that we want in life, every single thing. There is a backside. And I wanted to come on here today and I wanted to tell each and every person listening to me that me warning you about the backside to what you're praying for is not to discourage you from attaining or trying to attain whatever goals you have. That is not my purpose here. My purpose here is to let you know about three things. The first thing is that it exists. Any level you want to get to, there is something that comes with it. Prepare your spirit, prepare your mind, and heavy emphasis on preparing your spirit. Heavy emphasis as you continue to trudge through and grow and do and grow and do. Stay close to that cross, family. It's so easy to get lost. Look at our society today. So many people have lost their way. It's easy to get lost. Stay close to the cross. The second thing I want you guys to know is that Haters are a part of the plan. Shoot, we know even Jesus had haters. Come on, the most perfect man that ever lived, savior of the universe, at least is what I believe. You know, I know that I'm aware that other people that may be listening that don't believe that, but that's what my conviction is. Even he had haters. Even he had people plotting on his downfall. He had people trying to figure out how to unalive him. That's the kind of haters, that's the type of opposition he faced. And it says in the Bible, if he suffered, what makes you think that you won't suffer too? He was made fun of. He was doubted. He was ridiculed. People said all different kinds of things about him. How did Jesus respond? He said nothing. All these people come around and say, Sam, why don't you say this? Why don't you say that? Why don't you defend yourself? Why don't you? And you know what? Deep down inside, y'all, let me keep it real with those who listen to More Than Just Pretty. I'm from New Jersey. I is where I am originally from. I am mixed with Hispanic, Ecuadorian, Jamaican, and white. Let me tell you, there is a part of me that absolutely is a fighter. I'm spicy and I know it. Okay? It is against my nature to hear something that I believe is untrue and not speak on it. It is against my nature to have receipts and not prove my point. I have had to literally sit on the floor in my closet and be like, God, give me the strength, Jesus. Nope. I trust you. Nope. I'm going to let my fruit speak. Nope. You are my vindicator. Nope. Nope. No weapon formed against me will prosper. Every voice raised to accuse me will be silenced. These are the benefits that are going to be enjoyed by the Lord. Their vindication comes from me. I, the Lord, have spoken. Do not seek revenge. Instead, leave room for God's wrath. For it is written, it is mine to avenge. I will repay. If your enemy's hungry, feed them. If they are thirsty, give them something to drink. And doing this, you heap burning coals on their head. You do not overcome evil by doing evil. You overcome evil by doing good. I have had to sit on my floor and I have had to say, does this align with the word of God, Sam? No? Then you got to sit your behind down and shut up. Be still and know that he is God. Because a lot of times people say they justify their actions with God. And y'all, if you can't find it in scripture, then you just going rogue and trying to call it God. I've had people say, well, God told me to expose this person. I'm not really sure if that's what God said. Show me where that's at in scripture. You know, people, I follow people that's what they do, you know, and it's like, listen, I'm not here to debate what you feel like God told you, because maybe God did tell you that. I don't know. All I know is that my conviction, God has told me, listen, I've got you. I'm protecting you. I will vindicate you. Lean not into your own understanding. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not into your own understanding. Acknowledge the Lord in all your ways, and he will make your path straight. I have had to say, God, okay, God, I'm going to just sit on my hands. I'm going to just be, okay, all right, I'm going to handle this. I'm going to keep showing up. I'm going to keep showing up. I'm going to keep showing. I'm going to be consistent in what you've called me to do. And somebody that's listening to me today, I want to encourage you. You may be going through, there might be naysayers in your own family. You might have people that are talking about you and you want to defend yourself and you want to go there with them. That's what you created to do. That's where you from. They don't know you. They don't know what you was made with. They don't know the combination when God put you together, that there's a bite back option. You're not just the big bad wolf or you're just breathing hot air. You blow down things. Okay. That's what you can do. They don't know that you have that fight back spirit. They don't know that about you. And you want to go toe to toe. You want to do it but if you feel this conviction like I do, there's a part of you that has to trust that God's got it. There's a part of you that has to understand that God allows you to go through this. And even though there's upside, there's backside. And part of what we go through in life, what we grow through in life, God tests us. It's a lot of tests. It's a lot of tests. A lot of them. Where God's like, okay, all right, I'm gonna turn the heat up a little bit. I'm gonna see what you do with that. Let me see if you can trust that. Let me see if you can handle that. And a lot of people are like, why am I not moving? Why am I not progressing? Why am I not getting what I'm asking for? And God's like, because you can't handle it. Or I've given you that responsibility and you still haven't given it have not handled it well. I've given you the promotion. I've given you the jobs. I've given you the roles. I've given you the marriage. I've given you these things, and you have not stewarded these things well. You have still not owned up your part. And so therefore and wherefore you're not getting it again. Until you show me that you can be responsible with what I am giving you, what kind of father would I be allowing my 5-year-old to drive the car? I know that 5-year-old is going to crash the car because they don't know how to drive and they're not mature enough to handle the road. They're not big enough. They haven't grown enough to be able to handle a vehicle. What kind of father would I be putting you, a 5-year-old, in that position? Not a good one. And we serve a perfect father that's saying to us, like, listen, I want to promote you. I want to take you to the next level. I want to give you what you're asking me for. But there's a backside that you're not prepared for. You want the front side, and I can tell you would like the front side. But there's a backside that you have not shown yourself to be responsible with. So why would I give you what you're praying to me about? You want the money, you want the promotion, you want all these things, but you're selfish. I meet so many different people, y'all. This is something that God taught me, even in my own, businesses and things like that. God's like, you're blessed to be a blessing. Never forget that. When I gave you, or I give you promotion, when I give you the levels of success that you're supposed to have, I want you to remember that was mine first, that I gave you that. That's not for you to hoard. That's not for you to spend on whatever you want to spend. You are supposed to be responsible with blessings. Otherwise, God's like, I can't trust you with blessings. I'm going to take them from you and I'm going to put them somewhere else. And family, I have seen that over and over and over and over again. And you probably have too, if you're thinking about it. You've seen people in positions of power and authority, but they did not handle their positions of power and authority responsibly. They hurt people. People were victimized because of it. And so now people have had to literally heal from whatever that person put them through. And God's like, okay, so you thought I didn't see that. You thought I didn't see this. But now there's a shift that's happening in the atmosphere. I see that you have not been responsible, and I'm taking it from you. It could be all yours. You could be king of the world today, and I will put you under the jail tomorrow. That's what God can do. Some of us don't have enough reverence and fear for God, but back to my point. God gives so that we can give. God gives so that we can be responsible. And if we have not shown ourselves to be responsible, he will not give. Or if he's already given, he will take away. I met too many people in my life. They just get. They want to get more. And they're like, why can't I ever get ahead? Why can't I be the millionaire, billionaire that I want to be, and this, that, and the third? You're not charitable. You're not generous. You're not grateful. I know there's people in your own family that are suffering that you ain't helping. There's people that you're not giving jobs. You're basically saying, my. You're only doing what benefits you. And God's like, no. I didn't give you that so that you can only benefit you. I gave you that so that you can benefit my creation. You can benefit the world that I put you in. I've created you for impact. I've created you to do something on this planet, not just impact your life, impact the lives of those that I've placed around you. Instead, a lot of people have manipulated their authority, manipulated their power. And you think God's going to bless it? You think God's going to make that flourish? No, he takes it all away. Family, look at this. Look at social media. God takes it all away. When it's not done and built on the right foundation, it always crumbles. Always. I say this with so much passion, family, because it's a conviction. That some of us, we continue to pray for the next level. We continue to pray for more. But I think our prayer should be, God, who do I need to become? How do I need to change in order to steward this well? Change me so that whenever you take me to the next level, what do I need to change? Who do I need to become? What part of my heart needs to be moved so that I can handle this the way you want me to? Make me the person that I need to be to receive this, to be able to handle not only the front side, but the back side. I don't think enough of us are praying for that ability to understand that maybe the reason why God is not giving us what we're asking for is because we have not yet become the person that we need to be to receive it and handle it well. If he gave it to us in this form, in this state, we'd be just like putting a 5-year-old in the front seat of a car and saying, drive. And if we wouldn't do that as human beings, as mere mortals, how much more would the God of the universe, a perfect Father who loves us perfectly, protect us from ourselves? There are things that, family, I prayed for in my past that did not happen, and I was devastated. But now on the other side, I see why it happened the way that it did. I see that God was sovereign in his knows. That God was right. That shouldn't have worked out. That shouldn't have happened. I shouldn't have gotten that job. I shouldn't have been that. Like, everything that didn't happen, I'm thankful that God didn't allow it to happen. Because God knew things I did not know. He saw things that I could not have imagined, that I had no recollection of at that time. And now that I look back over my life and I look back over those things that I thought at the time or received at the time as rejection, I look at it now as protection. I'm like, you know what, guys, you got me. You got my back. You saw that. I didn't even know. I thought it was this. God is sovereign. He is sovereign. He is sovereign, family. If it's not happening right now the way you want it to, and what happens is, family, we manipulate things that are not God, but they're good. And we try to make it God. We try to make it God because God isn't moving fast enough, because God isn't doing it the way we want to do it. I was talking to somebody yesterday and they were talking about a situation. And I was like, does that sound like God sent that to you? And the person's like, no, it don't. No. And I said, God is going to continue to test you in this way. He tests us more in no's than he does in yeses. Are you able to say no to that thing? Sometimes, guys, if you're listening to me right now, it's women. Some men can't say no to low-hanging fruit women. They just can't. They just don't know how to say no to it. And God's like, I ain't gonna send you nothing good. You're gonna keep crying about women because I can't give you a good thing while you over here playing with bad things and you're not able to say no to it because your flesh wants it, your body wants it, you just do it. You're not thinking about what spirits you're connecting to. You're not thinking about how it's affecting the people around you. You're just doing what makes your body feel good. And I can't take you to the next level in your business. I can't take you to the next level in your relationships. I can't bring high quality women around you because you have not shown yourself responsible. You don't know how to say no to things that are not for you yet. So why would I bring that girl around you? Why do I bring that next business deal? If you're not disciplined in this area, why would you be disciplined in this one? Yes, the world tells us it's cool to be playing dudes or for dudes to be playing girls and to just pop, 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 go here, there, everywhere, here, there, everywhere. Street, 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 street. We doing all this. We think it's cool. We think it's cute. But guys, like, you're showing me with your behavior in one area that you can't handle the next area that I have for you. You're not ready to make the impact that I've created you to make. Because a lot of what success requires is a level of discipline. I said discipline, I meant discipline. A level of discipline that you literally feel like you're fighting your flesh and being obedient to God. Like you're fighting your flesh. It's almost like wanting to lose the weight and you got to fight the urge to want to eat the cookies that are right in front of you. Because always when you start a diet, that's when they want to bring Chick-fil-A to work that day. Or they got all the donuts available. That's when they want to bring all the good stuff. Right now, your family want to invite you over for dinner or whatever, and you know that aunt that you got is cooking, and you know she can throw down. Like that's what happens, right? It's in that moment of you trying to take the next level that you are going to be tested, and he's not going to test you so much in the opportunity. Say yes to this. He's going to test you in things that look good but ain't God. Are you able to say no? Are you able to say no? Are you able to say no? Can you say no to that? I know you want to bite back. I know you want to snap back. I know you want to say something. I know you got the receipts. I know you got this going on, Sam, but I want you to say no to that. I'm testing your ability to say no to things that it might feel good in the moment, but it ain't God. You and I both know that. You know that I'm not asking you to snap back. You know that I'm not asking you to do this or to do that or to sleep with that person or to do this with this person or to whatever that may be. Whatever that is for each and every one of us. Each and every one of us has a different area we've been tested in, but we're always being tested. And some of us want to understand why are we not progressing? Why are we not going? Why are we not there? Why are we not where I just want this. I want the relationship. I want this. I want the promotion. I want the millions. And God's like, you're not responsible with what I've given you right here. So why would I give you that? Part of this walk, and I've said it in my last one, is faith. A lot of it is faith. The currency of the kingdom is faith. Do I have enough faith in God that I can say no to a good thing or no to something that made me feel good in the moment, but isn't God? It might feel good to have the money and not give it to someone you know is in need, but is that God? You hoarding all your money and saying, no one else. That's not God. That doesn't mean you are your family's ATM. I'm not saying that either. We got to have boundaries here, right? But we are blessed to be a blessing. And what that looks for you may be different. It might be a charitable organization. It might be somebody you see on the street that God is pulling you to do it. God, when we get close to the Spirit, God prompts you. There's promptings. And there's times where I've had some promptings. I'm like, God, are you sure? And when I have those are you sure moments, that's when I know it's God. because God is going to test you at that level. God is going to test you at that level to where you feel uncomfortable. You're like, okay, this is definitely faith because that amount would have been easy, but this amount, I got to talk to you about that, God. But what I do know is that he's not going to bless you with more if you're not faithful with what you've been given. He's not going to bless you with more. He's just not, because you have not shown yourself responsible. That's with influence. That's with relationships. That's with finances. That's with our health. There are things in every area we are being tested. And yes, we're praying for the front side. But family, I'm asking you today, are you ready for the backside? Thank you for spending your time with us on Love Samantha Lee, the More Than Just Pretty podcast. It has been a privilege and an honor to share this space with you, where we celebrate being unapologetically ourselves. I hope today's episode has encouraged you to embrace your own unique beauty and the beauty in others. Don't forget to follow us and join our community on social media. Share your journey and your insights, and let's continue this conversation. Until next time, family, remember, real beauty starts with you being true to yourself. I love you, and I will talk to you guys soon.
All you homeowners have unique needs. Some feel the need to leave up holiday decorations year-round. Others have the need to use their garage as practice space for their new metal band. And because each homeowner has unique needs, Geico helps you get the right coverage for your home and what's in it. That way, you get exactly what's right for you, even if your needs are unique. Get more with Geico.